Hello, I'm McDonald. I've been running megalithic tours for nearly 2 decades now, because throughout Britain and Europe, mysterious stone structures such as this can be found, dating back thousands of years. But why did our ancestors build these magnificent monuments, and what were they used for? Well, in this series of short videos, I'm going to attempt to answer these questions, one ancient site at a time. So please do click on subscribe and on the bell to be notified of these future videos. So we've come across to Tuscany to look at the lives of the ancient Etruscan people. We're over the county border at the moment in Lazio at Sarcophagi, an amazing place, absolutely huge area with sort of a necropolistic tombs of a tumalistic style. We'll go and have a look round. The Etruscans were the ancient people that can be traced back through the Neolithic age in an area roughly known today as Tuscany. These fascinating seafaring people became rich through trade with the Greeks and the Phoenicians as early as 800 to 1000 BC. They built 12 great politically independent cities, and pottery and elaborate burial chambers and sarcophagi can still be seen today. This whole massive site here was dug from the ground level down. Incredible achievement. And as you got to ground level, these beautiful cornices were carved, and above that were beautifully carved rocks. Some of the tumuli here are absolutely enormous. This is one of the biggest. And there's the entrance. This one here shows an example of how incredibly carved the roofs are. You would not be able to get a piece of paper between those rocks up there. And this is the entrance. Another entrance here into another one. The place just goes on and on and on. It is huge. And this is another area, again showing the entrances of the round-shaped tombs here. All very similar, but the site is just massive. Running between the tombs are carves in the ground, very sort of resemblant of the cart ruts you see in Malta. This is an absolutely huge necropolis tumuli here, with like a domed top to it, and then you can see where the ground level began, and the amazing cornice work has been carved into the side of the tomb, and then there was rock below it. Heading down into the tomb now. There's a small, amazingly carved room, carvings to the ceiling as well. These shelves are where the sarcophagi would have been sitting. And there's even carvings above the doorways here. Funerary ritual and association with the ancestors was extremely important to the Etruscans, as shown by these exquisite tomb paintings at Tarquinia. museum in the town of Tuscany has a fine display of Etruscan sarcophagi, recognisable by the rather moving carved depictions of the deceased. The wealth of the Etruscans can be witnessed by the grave goods recovered from the tombs, such as the fine pottery, the models and other objects. Tarquinia is one of the ancient Etruscan walled towns that can still be visited, and they evidence the superior masonry, with walls dating back in some cases as early as the 7th century BC. Tarquinia actually produced a whole line of kings named Tarquin, one at least of which ruled over Rome before the empire was even dreamed of. This is the view from the ramparts at ancient Tuscany, another of the Etruscan walled towns. Polygonal walls are a repeating feature of Etruscan architecture, where stones are cut precisely to fit into each other. One of the best examples of a polygonal wall is here at St. Severa Castle, which was built on an early Etruscan foundation. There are not many polygonal walls to be seen here, but this is a fine example on this one of the first tombs. See, all the different shapes are all cut exactly to match up with each other, fitting perfectly. Fine polygonal walls surround the remains of Antica City de Cosa, an ancient city that encapsulates the crossover from the Etruscan to the Roman. It was the Roman Empire that eventually engulfed Etruscan society, leading to its total disappearance. So if you enjoyed the film, please do make a comment, click on like and unsubscribe, and also on the little bell above to be informed of future videos. If you'd like to make a contribution to the making of these films, my PayPal and Patreon accounts are below. Tour information is at www.megalithictours.com. I hope to see you on a tour very soon, but in the meantime, have a truly megalithic time.